Hey everyone, it's Laurel with Gel and with Laurel, your independent distributor for GelMoment. Hope you're all having a great day. Today we're going to do a quick tutorial on the triple ombre. In this example, I'm using Perfectly Plum at the base of the nail. And as you can see, I'm putting Sassy by Nature in the middle. And then I'm going to apply Lovey Dovey on the end. Now see where I got a little bit there? You just want to wipe it off just a little bit. Probably better if you were to do it with one of our cleansing wipes, but my finger was closer, so that's what I used. So we're just putting the Lovey Dovey on. Actually, it's Meet Me at the Chapel that I have right now in this demonstration, just because that was the bottle that I had closest to me. So you want to just push the polish up close to the other color, and you want to have thin coats. You don't want to go thick. We're going to use the small fan brush, and we're going to tap the colors together. So basically all it is a tapping motion. You don't drag the brush. If you drag the brush, you're going to get lines in your ombre. Then you want to make sure that you're constantly cleaning off the colors as you're tapping, because you don't want to bring too much color back into the other one. So basically you want to have as dry of a brush as possible. I'm using a baby wipe for this demonstration, but I'm finding that the gel polish isn't coming off of the brush as easy as I would like it to. So I'm going to swap out with a paper towel in a minute, but I'm just going to finish this up first. So tap, tap, tap. Once you have it blended, you put it in the lamp for a full cure, 45-second or 60-second cure, depending on your lamp. And once you're done your first cure, then you're going to repeat the same process. In this case, it's Perfectly Plum at the base of the nail. You're going to drag it down. Again, thin layers. You can see I'm making it nice and thin and even. That's what you want. Then we're going to do the Sassy by Nature. And we're just going to dab it on, and then you're going to push it up. You see how I did that? Push up, push up. And then that way you're not going to get much transfer to your brush that you're using, the color that you're using at the moment. If you push the gel polish into the other color, because then it's just the gel polish that's touching. It shouldn't touch the brush. If you get a little too close, which I do a little bit with the Meet Me at the Chapel, because it's just the small bottle with the small brush, so I kind of get carried away sometimes. But so again, tap, 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 tap. Don't drag. Don't, like, if you drag, you're going to get lines, and you definitely don't want lines. And you might see a little bit of the dimples there, but the more coats you do, the more it's going to blend in together. And with it being a clear nail stick, it looks way worse. If, like, when I did the nails, I only did three cures, so 3 coats of the purple ombre, but doing the nail stick, it's going to take me a little bit longer because of the clear undercoating. So tap, 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 tap. Don't drag. You don't want drags. Dragging will cause lines. So if you find that you're accumulating a lot of gel polish on the fan brush, take a drier paper towel. These are industrial paper towels. I find that they don't use, they don't transfer much lint or fabric onto the brushes as a regular paper towel. I also use isopropyl alcohol in the liquid form a lot, and I put it in this little container here. It's a little pump. So you pump it, and you'll see a little pool of alcohol come up. And then it's so much easier to clean your brushes because it saturates your brush. And then you can wipe it off on the blue paper towel and it cleans your brushes amazing. I definitely do use the cleansing wipes as well, but to give them a really good cleaning, that isopropyl with the pump, it works fantastic. So now we're going in for our third coat. So again, you're just using the Perfectly Plum and you're dragging or brushing it down the nail, down in the same spot that you've previously done it the last 2 times. Then you're going to grab the Sassy by Nature, you're going to put it on the nail and push up into the Perfectly Plum. You don't want to start from the Perfectly Plum and come down because then you're going to get the Perfectly Plum into your brush. You want to put it down and then push up. Put it down, push up. And then you want to, I don't know what, for whatever reason, I keep getting it on that side. Maybe it's because I can't see it very well. And then of course you take your white and you cover the tip. And of course you want to make sure you're capping it, especially if it's a natural nail, make sure to cap it. Sometimes I do with the swatch nails, sometimes I don't. So as you can see, it's starting to look better already with the more coats that we're doing. So now I've got a nice clean brush, a nice dry brush. So I'm going to take my time a little bit more with this one and I'm going to try and slowly tap. So basically, if you can see, I'm slowly putting the one color into the other color as I'm tapping. How about you? How do you do your ombre? I've seen a bunch of different ombres. I've seen some used with fan brushes. I've seen some used with an actual ombre brush. I've seen some people cut their brushes to do ombres and they swear by how they cut the brushes. I've seen some people in GelMoment here use Clearly Frisky. I've even tried Clearly Frisky. The Clearly Frisky method. It doesn't really work well for me. I find that it's I find that there's too much polish on the nail and it doesn't blend well together, just because there seems to be more polish. So I like doing thin layers and just do more layers than have a thicker layer and try to wait for it to self-level. So I don't know, post comments, tell me what do you do? How do you do your ombres? So I'm putting that one in for a cure and I'm just using my alcohol to clean off my brush again because it's so much easier when you have a very clean, dry brush. If you have too much polish on it, it's not going to work. You need to have a clean brush. And that's one of the reasons why I like doing it with just thin coats, because if there's too much gel polish on the nail, it just becomes a globby mess and it doesn't work. So now again, I'm doing the Perfectly Plum with the Sassy by Nature. Again, it looks like it's coming together. I think maybe one more coat after this one and we should be okay. Oh, see, I had some, I can't see on the other side of that nail sometimes, trying to stay in the camera. So sorry about that, but oh, look at me, bad me, wiping it off with my finger. Yeah, and then just wipe it off. Now you can see I'm wiping it off on the baby wipe because you don't want that purple to get back into your white polish. That would be awful. You would have like a very, very light purple. And again, tap, 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 tap to make those colors blend in together. And gel polish, you got to remember, gel polish does self-leveling on its own. So whether it's thick layer or a thin layer, that's gel polish. Gel polish goes with gravity. It'll self-level and conform to what it's on. So gravity definitely works with you when it comes to ombreing. Okay, so this is our last coat, and I'm bringing the Perfectly Plum. So what I'm doing for the last one is I'm going off of the lines just a little bit. So if you see where the old Perfectly Plum stopped, you can see that I'm putting Sassy by Nature there now. And you can see where the white Lovey Dovey or Meet Me at the Chapel did stop. And you can see I'm putting it up further on this last coat. So I'm doing that so when we're doing the tapping motion, where you've continuously tapped before, you're going to have a little bit of a line. So now that it's completely opaque below, you're not going to see that line now. So now we're going to, again, tap, tap, tap. I have to admit, when I first started doing ombre, it was so difficult for me. And when people are moving the brush, it looks like they're dragging it, and it just infuriated me that I couldn't do it. And I would buy new brushes outside of GelMoment just to try and figure out how to do this ombre, because I think it's the coolest look. But anyways, so what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to slow the motion down right here so you can see it. There is a bit of dragging, but it's very minimal. You can see it's tap, 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 tap. And can you see how those colors are blending in together? It's just because the gel is self-leveling into each other. It's not that you're dragging the colors. And also for the last part, in case you didn't see, I kind of dragged the white part kind of all the way down so it blended really, really well. So I'm just cleaning off my brush because I'm going to use it. So if you have any gel polish left on your brushes, and if you accidentally leave it in the daylight, you're going to ruin your brush because the gel polish is going to cure in your brush. So I always make sure that my brushes are completely clean. Now here, I'm just finishing it off with some Clearly Frisky. Any kind of nail art always looks fantastic with Clearly Frisky on the top. Of course, capping it off. Clearly Frisky brings everything together, and it's just a wonderful finish. So this is a trick for you to keep your brushes well taken care of. After you've cleaned them with the isopropyl alcohol, you can use some of our cuticle oil. I was using citrus, and you just put a little dab on your hand or on the creativity mat or whatever, and you just dip those bristles in, and then you move your brush bristles in the direction that the bristles are supposed to be, and then just protect them in their covering case or whatnot. There you go. There's your purple ombre. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe for more content. I will try to post weekly and give you guys a little bit of information, some tips, some tricks, and a bunch of nail art. Thank you for joining me, and have yourself a wonderful 2022.